everyone, What's Carlton here. Welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker training. Today is an open Q&A day. Some of you have questions. Some of you have questionable questions. So do we have a question? Do we have our first victim
We
from
do have a
anyone?
question. David wants to know if you upgrade FileMaker server, do you need to first uninstall and then install the new version, or can you just keep stacking FileMaker servers?
Can I interrupt before Jacob answers the question? Because he's going to answer it technically. Can I strongly encourage you that if you're jumping very many versions, like you're on 18 or older, that you spin up a new server and leave the old server in place. So you have an old server that's running live. You have a new server with your new database that you're testing. In a situation like that, it would be a clean install on a new server, new virtual server. If you're Ed, you're going to have to buy a new piece of hardware. Okay. But that way you have a live system and then a test system. And once you validate that everything works, this gets back to the conversation we could go about upgrading. Now, assuming you're on 19 or 20 and you're going to 21, Jacob.
My first part of answering the question is actually, if you're even going to consider an in-place upgrade, you need to confirm operating system compatibility. This is easy on Windows because I think we're out of the support window for Windows Server 2016, which means we only have 2019 and 2022 Windows Server 2019 and Windows Server 2022 supported by in-market versions of FileMaker Server. I have to use all those words. However, it would be easy to have an older version of OS X that is not supported by some version. The Pro side basically would be a lot easier to demonstrate an example where you could like upgrade the operating system out of compatibility, or you could try to move Pro forward so far that your operating system can't handle it. Little less so with server. That would be the first thing, is check the operating system compatibility. Second, yes, as Richard says, it's always best if you can to do a clean install. There's a lot of situations where you don't want to, it functionally doesn't matter. For example, if you got the 21.0.1, and you need to go to 21.0.2, that seems like a perfect situation and example for an in-place upgrade, actually. Maybe even the 20.3.2 to this kind of stuff. Those aren't major changes from your perspective as a server person. There's not a lot you have to account for with changed Java patches or operating system versions or any of this kind of stuff. Those are generally speaking safe. I will also say I have been burned by point release upgrades. Not on in-market versions, fortunately. I think I can say that currently, but that's only because I'll say it and then the next one I do will eat my lunch and cause me to stay up until 11 p.m. trying to fix it. Like that's how that goes. That's why I hesitate saying that ever, because the last time I was like, oh yeah, I have perfect upgrades, and I don't know, the third one after that I did absolutely barbecued the server. I had to strip every single thing off of the server and basically take Windows back to defaults in place, and then put FileMaker back on, and then reconfigure all the client's cool stuff that they had, which was not a simplistic system. Actually, it wasn't a straightforward install. So that's
Margaret,
that's the kind of implication that you can have.
Repeat the question again, so we just make sure we got it.
Bring it back around. Yes.
Yes, the question is basically, when I want to upgrade to FileMaker server, do I have to uninstall my old FileMaker server to put on the new FileMaker server, or can I just keep stacking? FileMaker Pro, you can have 19, 18, 20, I don't know.
Server does not stack. Server doesn't stack.
Yeah, actually, from that perspective, no, server does not stack at all. Nope. So it will 16. This is a Claris statement. I'm repeating a Claris statement. I'm not committing to this. Theoretically, the last patch of 16 forward is upgradable all the way to 21. I would not do that. I don't think the operating system supports it anyway, so just to put that out there. But theoretically,
yeah. I mean, the problem is that FileMaker, like you pointed out, Margaret, if you install you have 17, 18, 19, 20.
I mean, you have it on this hard drive here.
Yeah, you can open it up. There's a couple versions of FileMaker.
You can rename the old ones and have a.
Well, there's one on there right now.
You've gotten
I've gotten a couple, but we had quite a few in there. But FileMaker Server doesn't work that way. So when FileMaker Servers, you're going through an install and it sees one already in there, it will try to remove the files it needs to remove, move the files it needs to move, add new files, patch the registry, all this other stuff it does. And my general impression is that it fails enough that I just tell people don't do it. But Jacob will periodically come up and be excited because he did 5 of them and they all worked and it didn't melt. But we know for a fact right now that it will, even if you have a valid license key, like say Ed Burkle has a 3-year license, he got 2 years left on it. The update the update on 21 doesn't give a it's not going to check with Claris. It's just going to put you into a trial mode automatically. And that's 100% that it will not work, which tells me it's deliberate. It tells me that's deliberate.
I'm intuiting that I'll just say something has changed with licensing. I don't know what that means. I think that it's an intentional, they're expiring them or making you re-pull a new one or whatever, and that is where the newness or the new thing happens, or so I don't know. Doesn't really matter
pirates,
to me.
I think there was some pirate action going on, and people were able to keep pirating the software, and by forcing you to put in a new license, then you have to be
that'll
current.
put a thumb on it. Yeah.
Yeah, put a thumb on that.